What is up, friends, and welcome into Studio de Jefre. Yeah, Trey Wingo. Trey Wingo is where this comes from. And Trey Wingo is a man of impeccable reputation. I don't know if it's impeccable, but Trey Wingo is a guy I trust. We had him on the Dallas Cowboys podcast just a couple of weeks ago. And Trey Wingo knows a bunch of people because he's been doing this for a long time. So when Trey Wingo tweets out that the Dallas Cowboys have inquired about the Raiders pass rusher Max Crosby, I don't think it's nothing. I don't think it's nothing. And on top of that, I think it's important to remember who the players are in this situation and why it might actually happen, right? Like the Cowboys, for the most part, when you hear their name tied to a big name player, I just let it go. It doesn't matter. Yeah, let's drive the price up. Let's do all that. But the particular circumstances of this right here actually makes all the sense in the world. And I'm tempted to say that I think they will do it and that I think it will happen. And this is literally just going off of a Trey Wingo tweet to begin with, but then we walk our way down to how it makes sense. AJ said, rumor or any teeth to this? You never know. It's literally just a Trey Wingo tweet at this point. But the reason that I think it works. The reason I think it works, and here's what I'm not going to do is yell about the Cowboys and their front office in this moment. But if you do this, you might as well forget about Pickens getting a contract here. Unless the Cowboys decide to finally be an aggressive team and manipulate the salary cap to try to win a Super Bowl in the next 2 to 3 years, which they absolutely can do. Max Crosby doesn't stop you from signing George Pickens if you want to. Here's why I buy it. And why I think it makes all the sense in the world, and why I'm tempted to predict that it actually will happen. Because when you think about the players involved, and you think about the Cowboys trading away Micah Parsons, and the fact that for 7 weeks now, Jerry Jones, after games, will try to tie in or sell you on a reason why that trade was good. And he keeps trying and he keeps trying. And most of the things that he says about it, where he tries to pretend that it's a good thing, make no sense in the world. And he's most of the time. But if you trade for Max Crosby from a 1-5 Raiders team who you're going to play in a few weeks, they don't want to beat you in that game. They want to lose. They want to lose all of their games because they're broken. They got nothing. They have nothing. They need everything. This is the only way that the Dallas Cowboys and that Jerry Jones can look at you and say, that's why I traded Micah. It'll be hindsight, and it'll be kind of getting lucky, because the way that trade happened is not the way that they would want to portray it, and it wasn't for any particularly good reason. But if by the end of your maneuvering, you have ended up with more draft capital than you had before, and you have replaced-ish the guy that you foolishly traded away, and the guy you replaced him with makes considerably less money, Jerry Jones can look dead into the camera and dead at all of us and say, see, I told you. The one way to actually win the bad Micah Parsons trade is by trading for Max Crosby, because I do believe you get Max Crosby for less than you got back for Micah Parsons. Maybe it's a first-round pick. Maybe it's a first-round and change, but I don't think it's 2 first-round picks. And if it is 2 first-round picks, maybe it doesn't happen. But if you can replace Micah Parsons, which is pretty much impossible, but Max Crosby's damn good too. Maybe it's not replacing, but it ain't too far off. If you can do that, and Jerry can say, look at that, I added draft capital, I replaced Micah Parsons, and I got $13 million to spend, which he probably won't spend. I buy it. Jerry Jones is desperate to justify the trade he made. And in this case, we can use his desperation to satiate his own ego. for our benefit by replacing the guy that you took away and made your defense horrendous. We can replace him. What's it look like trading for Max Crosby? I don't think a first-round pick does it, if I'm being honest. You get him on a deal that, honestly, thanks to Micah Parsons, now looks like a bargain, because now the market for the best edge rushers is $47 million a year, and Max is what, 34, 35? So now a contract that's, he signed it this offseason, right? Like 6 months old. Suddenly looks like a bargain. Oh, yeah, and Kenny Clark. And Kenny Clark, like, solid player. If you could say, I got Kenny Clark, I replaced Micah, I saved money, and I added draft capital, the most critical person about Jerry Jones, maybe of all time, for one day has to shut up. What can you say about it? I mean, I would say he kind of stumbled drunk into it. The plan when you traded Micah was just to trade Micah because you were mad at him. But if on the back end it turns out, yeah, but I got another Pro Bowl, all-pro type pass rusher. We got a little extra draft capital, a little extra salary cap space, and Kenny Clark. What can I say about you now? Nothing. Green Bay's first in Sam Williams. Well, if they have any interest in Sam Williams, you can have that. Dro Knows has got a suggestion here. 1, 2, 2 3s and a 4. I think I'd do that in a heartbeat. I think the starting point is a first-round pick and then some for Max Crosby. Bryce just had facial surgery 3 hours ago. If we get Crosby, I'll gladly break my face again. Yeah, I'd break my face for it too. Let me make sure I haven't missed it. Oh, KG's in the super chat. Question for you, Mr. Jeff. If they do trade for Crosby, assuming a fair trade, how many games do we win? Deep playoff run? Do we need more help? I mean, it depends how you're looking at this thing, because me personally, I think with how good George Pickens has fit in here, I would do this the Philadelphia way. The Cowboys have never shown the inclination that they're willing to do this, but I would do this the Philadelphia route. And I go, look, what year does Dak Prescott's void money hit the books? Whenever his contract ends. Put everything back there. Put it all back there. Like, if you want to have fun, go look up Philadelphia Eagles 2029 salary cap. They just pushed all of their people's money to the same place. Jalen Hurts ain't hitting the cap for nothing yet. Nothing. Because they knew the window they wanted to create. Shouldn't your window be the next 2 to 3 years of Dak Prescott? Isn't that your window? So why wouldn't you sign George Pickens to a 3-year extension? His agent probably wants that anyway. Get you back to free agency as soon as possible. Sign George Pickens to a 3-year extension. Bring in Maxx Crosby. That's 3 years left on his contract. CD's locked up. Dak's going to be here for at least 2 more. That's your window. So it fits perfectly. And even if you hadn't decided that you're going to keep George Pickens long-term and you're worried about another negotiation with David Mulugheta and you don't think that one's going to work out, even if Pickens is a rental that's going to walk, that doesn't stop Max Crosby from making all the sense in the world for this team. The best offense in football, or one of the best offenses in football, with one of the worst defenses in football. I've said it before and I'll say it again. With that setup, you have 0 chance to win the Super Bowl. It doesn't happen. If you are awful at one side of the ball, you are not winning the Super Bowl. Bring me Max Crosby. Bring me DeMario Davis too. Bring me a middle linebacker that I like and trust that can call my defense. Or a different guy that I haven't thought of yet. But yeah, I'm just saying. Local guy too. Boy, Jerry's going to sell jerseys on that. Jerry would sell jerseys on that. So if you're just now joining us, the report is just from Trey Wingo on a tweet that the Dallas Cowboys have inquired about Max Crosby. And for the first time, maybe ever, I think a huge name being tied to the Cowboys is not just BS, because I think it makes all the sense in the world. It would let Jerry Jones stand in his gold jacket on a podium and say, I told y'all that this was going to be good for our team. I told you that trading Micah Parsons was a good idea. He gets to say, I told you, and I can't say nothing back. If you come out of it replacing Micah, extra draft capital, makes less than Micah, everything you want to tell us, Jerry, you get to. And I can't fight you on it. I could see it, and I'm tempted to say it's better than 50% in my brain. Solid Duck, I'll believe this if Brian is super happy during Trust the Tape. But Brian tried to get me today. He tried to make me mad. He got me too. He drew me off sides. I'd like to apologize for that. The last time Brian was ornery, they traded Micah. Maybe they're trading CD now. Is that why he's planting that seed? Well, I would lose my mind. Even if they did acquire Max Crosby now, and I couldn't say anything bad to Jerry for a week or two, because it turned out that he did turn the Micah trade probably into a positive, probably, if you ended up with Max. I still want to make sure everybody knows trading your very best players is not a winning strategy. So don't talk to me ever about trading CeeDee Lamb, okay? Don't ever do that. Yeah, so let's go get it. Let's go get it, Jer. I've always said Jerry Jones is a fantastic NFL personnel guy. One of the best in the business. One of the brightest. Always wins trades. That's what I've always said about Jerry. Mr. Jones, I call him sometimes because that's just the amount of respect that I have for Mr. Jones. So, yeah, let's get it. Let's get it. That's the report. Is that the hot dog or the bun?
Now, this is a hot dog bun.
I think it's a hot dog, too.
And I want me some glory hole. I don't know which button that is. I could guess, but that's probably not safe. Let me see. Roadcaster. Which button is which? Some glory hole.
I want me some glory hole.
Let's go get it. I think there's smoke to this fire. I think there's smoke. Fire to the smoke. Smoke to this fire. Sign Pickens, trade for Max. Your core team players are locked in for the next 3 to 4 years, including O-line. Yeah, you let this O-line grow. And you still, with Max Crosby, if he's on your defense, you still use all of your picks and all of your offseason acquisitions. I'll even let you cheap it up for an offseason, Jerry. I'll let you say, oh, now all our pie is gone and then some. And so we're not going to give nobody no money. That's fine. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. Yeah. Lock that core in. 5th hour radio talk. Yeah, you do. You do want to keep your special players. But they may be stumble drunken into this one, buddy. Corey, have you heard anything regarding Diggs trade rumors? Also, I don't think this defense is one player away from good, so I don't like a trade for Crosby. Just wait for the draft. But here's the thing. The odds of getting somebody like Max Crosby or Micah Parsons with whatever pick you have is somewhere near zero. The name of the game is all of it, right? The best teams have guys they've drafted and developed. They have good players on rookie contracts. They have superstars who make a bunch of money. Somebody has to make all your money. And the Cowboys already have a few people doing it. Get you another one. And to one player can't make a difference. Nobody wants to hear this right now. And how many times can I say it over and over and over and over and over? A defense with a lot of these same guys or guys like these guys for 4 years on the plays that Micah Parsons was on the field was the number one defense in the league by expected points added per play. And 32nd when he wasn't on the field. A player can make a big, big, big difference. A player can make a big, big, big difference. So, yeah, it may be fake news. And the history of the Cowboys would tell me not to buy it. Don't worry about it. They're just throwing the Cowboys name out there because it's going to stir up the pot and get the trade stuff going, and then somebody's going to give them whatever. But in this case, you have more that you can give them than most other teams. You do have more capital to play with here. You have more ammunition than the people you would be bidding against because you're going to be bidding against other teams that are hoping to win the Super Bowl, and you've got the first-round picks. So you have more picks than the other people who would be bidding against you, and you have an owner GM who is so motivated to validate the trade that he made before that people are killing him for. And for having the worst defense in the league when he told you we're going to be better today. We got Kenny Clark, baby. And now he's a liar temporarily. He wants to validate that so bad, and you have more ammo than other teams, and you're 83 years old, and it's been that long since you've won a Super Bowl. This one works, and Max Crosby's a local guy. This one works. This one works. The league won't allow this to happen. What do you mean the league won't allow this to happen? If it was up to the league what happened, I think the Cowboys would have won a Super Bowl in the last 30 years. You think they like that their best team doesn't win or their most popular team? Oh, let's get it. Let's get it. I think it's possible. I can't quite say probable, but I think it's possible. And I just wanted to let you know that the reason that is the most possible is because it lines up with what this team is actually about in the front office, which is validating their own decisions. Whether they were good or not, they want to validate them to you. That's what they want to do. I can see it. I can see. Yeah, he could be our Cooper Flag. He's our reward for making a bad trade. That'd be great. All right, peace out, everybody. I love you. Thanks for stopping by. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube page and you watch us on the deal.